Imagine that, one day, scientists announce something impossible. They have created a perfect copy of a human brain. Not just a similar brain, an identical one. Every memory, every fear, every hope, every dream, every mistake you've ever made. They place that brain inside an identical body. It opens its eyes. It smiles at your family. It remembers your childhood. It remembers reading these very words. Now imagine the two of you standing face to face. Which one would be the real you? For centuries, people have searched for the answer to a surprisingly simple question. What makes you, you? Is it your body? Your memories? Your consciousness? Neuroscience can explain how memories are formed and how decisions are made, but it still cannot explain why any of it is experienced from your point of view. Maybe your identity is something no scan could ever capture. Or maybe the copy has been asking exactly the same question about you. A single button sits in front of you. If you press it, every disease disappears. Every war ends. No child ever goes hungry again. Humanity enters an age of peace. But one innocent stranger dies instantly. No one will know you pressed it. Would you press the button? This isn't really a question about a button. It's a question about morality. Is saving millions enough to justify sacrificing one? People have argued both sides for generations. Neither feels completely comfortable. Sometimes the hardest choices don't force us to choose between right and wrong, but between two different definitions of right. Think about the last dream you had. While you were inside it, it felt real. Only after waking did you realize it wasn't. So what proves this moment is any different? Every experience reaches you through your senses. If your senses can be fooled once, could they be fooling you now? No one has found a way to prove reality with absolute certainty. Perhaps reality is less about certainty and more about experience. Tomorrow morning, everyone forgets you. Your family, your closest friends, every photograph, every message, every memory. Only you remember the life you lived. Are you still the same person? We often think identity comes from within, but much of who we are is reflected back to us by other people. If every reflection disappeared, what would remain? Perhaps other people carry parts of us we never notice. Your body changes constantly. Cells disappear, new ones replace them. Years pass. Almost every part of you is different. Yet you still call yourself the same person. At what point does change become someone new? An ancient puzzle asks the same question about a ship whose planks were replaced one by one. No one agrees on the answer. Maybe the puzzle was never about a ship. Maybe it was always about us. Imagine discovering this universe is a simulation. Your memories, the stars, every conversation, every heartbeat, all generated. Would your life suddenly matter less? Some philosophers argue that if advanced civilizations can create perfect simulations, simulated worlds could outnumber real ones. There is no convincing proof either way. Some questions remain open simply because we don't yet know how to ask them. Look at something blue. Now ask someone else to look at the same color. You both call it blue, but do you actually experience the same color? Language lets us compare words, not experiences. Perhaps each of us lives inside a slightly different version of reality, and perhaps we'll never know. Imagine discovering a library unlike any other. It stretches farther than you can see. Every shelf is filled with books, millions of them. Yet something feels different. Every book has the same name on its cover, your name. You pull one from the shelf. It tells the story of your childhood. Every birthday, every friendship, every mistake, every success, every conversation you've ever had. Then you notice one final volume. You open it. The first page describes tomorrow, then the next week, the next month, the next 10 years. Every decision is already written. Would you read the rest? This isn't really a question about a book. It's a question about choice. If your future already exists, were your decisions ever truly yours? And if you decide not to read the book, was that choice already written too? Perhaps the greatest mystery isn't whether the future exists, but whether we're meant to know it. Before the first star, before the first atom, before time itself, why was there anything at all? Why does the universe exist instead of nothing? Science can describe how the universe has changed, but asking why it exists at all is a different kind of question. Maybe one day we'll discover the answer. Or maybe some mysteries exist to remind us how extraordinary existence really is. Imagine you are the last person alive. Every city is silent. Every home is empty. No one is left to remember you. Would your actions still have meaning? We often find purpose through the people around us. But does meaning require an audience? Or can a life matter simply because it was lived? Until next time, there's always just one more thought.